Zoltan Massay-Kosubek, Policy Coordinator at the European Public Health Alliance, and I am here to explain to you why our European Policy Conference, TTIP, Increased Trade for Better Living, would be relevant for you. As you may know, the World Trade Organization's agreement states it clearly that investment and trade are not goals for themselves, but only means to achieve overall population well-being and a higher standard of living. Likewise, there was a belief that increased trade leads to increased economic growth, and then economic growth increases the population well-being. Now, in light of the available evidence, that link is weakening. That's why Demeter and EPHA came together in order to organize a very inclusive conference with the support of the European Economic and Social Committee under the umbrella of ARC 2020. How would we imagine it? We put forward 5 key questions, and our conference would seek answers to those questions. TTIP and other free trade agreements are negotiated in the context of a huge and growing burden of non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, certain types of cancer, as well as obesity. There is also strong evidence between increased trade and transition to the Western type nutrition model, which is characterized by the overconsumption of unhealthy processed food and the underconsumption of healthy foods such as vegetables and fruits. That's why we are concerned about the potential negative impact on TTIP on our nutrition model. The fundamental question here is whether health systems will be covered by TTIP or not. We have heard several times that health systems will be exempted, but it is still unclear in which way, using a positive or a negative list approach. But even if they are out, TTIP is likely to have separate chapters on pharmaceuticals and on medical devices, which might have both positive and negative impacts on our health. As regards ISDS, our democratic society is built on the principle of the separation of powers. ISDS, as an independent arbitrary system, challenges, however, the independence of our judicial processes, which leaves several unanswered questions. Concerning regulatory cooperation, this is the element of TTIP which intends to make the treaty a so-called living agreement. However, again, there are serious concerns that procedure would delay legislations which intend to protect public interest. We have identified some problems with TTIP for which we would like to also find solutions. That's why we intend to invite you to join the interactive workshops, which will allow participants to conduct in-depth discussions, and we invite them to come forward some constructive solutions. Our conference will take place at a very important moment, as the Commission will be in the process of drafting its 5-year strategic plan on trade. This is a unique opportunity for us to contribute to that process. That's why I invite you to join us, as we will deliver the conference conclusions to the European Commission.